Philippine news and the headlines. Duterte to Cagayan Valley flood victims. Government is working to rebuild your lives. Cebu City closes its borders after slight spike in COVID-19. DepEd apologized for teachers' FB post body shaming for Angel Locsin. Jericho Rosales and his wife Kim Jones rescue typhoon victims using surfboards. PBA on fire Fugoy. TNT knockout Alaska for spot in Final Four. For Philippine News, your anchor, Angelo Nieva and Melanie Caroline Salazar.
Hello and good evening. The truth is our priority. We give justice to your curiosity. Latest news spotted only here in Philippine News, giving you the best and latest most credible news for today.
I am Angelo Sinieva. One mission, one community, one salient. Good evening, Filipinos. It's Monday, December 14. You are watching Philippine News and we hope you are having a great day. This is the National Communication Network bringing you the top stories that are sure with no bias. For the details of our news.
Duterte to Cagayan Valley flood victims. Government is working to rebuild your lives. The Philippine government is working hard to rebuild the lives of Cagayan Valley residents who were affected by the massive flooding in the region due to Typhoon Ulysses. President Rodrigo Duterte assured on Sunday. Rochelle Roshana has the news. Rochelle?
Duterte to Cagayan Valley flood victims. Government is working hard to rebuild your lives. The Philippine government is working hard to rebuild the life of Cagayan Valley residents who were affected by the massive flooding in the region due to Typhoon Ulysses. President Rodrigo Duterte assured on Sunday. In a briefing, Duterte said the government will respond with urgency, knowing the anguish that the residents are going through due to the destruction brought by the typhoon. To my countrymen here in Cagayan Valley, rest assured that we are working hard to rebuild your life after this calamity, he said. He likewise assured residents that the government will continue its rescue operations until all families are safe. All casualties and missing persons have been accounted for, and all affected individuals and communities have received their needed relief and other assistance. The President also offered his condolence to the bereaved families of flood victims. Typhoon Ulysses has so far claimed the lives of 67 people, 22 of which are from the Cagayan Valley. Duterte said the government, particularly the Department of Social Welfare and Development, the various local government units and the non-government organizations have given over 1 million worth of assistance to Cagayan Valley. Rochelle Roshana reporting for the Philippine News.
Marivic Rosales has the report. Marivic?
Philippine News. The city immediately implements strictly border control and random inspection of the restaurant to stem the spread of the virus. Mayor Edgar Labilla orders strictly border control effective on November 16, 2020, Monday at 5:01 a.m. to limit the flow of the people. According to the city's Emergency Operations Center, 88% of the 24 new cases came from outside of the household. We will strengthen our border control so that not just anyone can enter our city, Mayor Edgar Labella. At least 17 of the 25 cases were asymptomatic while the others were showing mild symptoms. One of the positive individuals had died already. On Friday evening, the Cebu City Police Office began implement Oplan Bulabog. Oplan Bulabog aimed to ensure the establishment were following safety protocols. On Friday, November 14, 2020, the city logs 18 new cases, brings the city's active cases count up to 209, or hurling 50 new cases in the span of 7 days. Marvic Rosales reporting for the Philippine News.
The weather report.
This is Jade Stephen for Weather Report. Well, for those of you who went out today, I don't have to tell you it was clear, but muggy for most of the state, with the high temperatures in the low to mid 90s. The city of Cebu had a high for the day of 97 degrees, and that's hot. I'm glad I'm working indoors today. For those of you planning outdoor activities tomorrow, you can expect fair skies for most of Saturday with the temperatures in the high 90s. However, things might change by Saturday evening with a storm front moving in. We can expect light scattered showers over the northern part of the state, bringing slightly cooler temperatures in the 80s. But this rain should taper off by mid-Sunday morning. It will be partly cloudy for most of the morning, but these clouds should move out by mid-afternoon. Skies should be clear Sunday night for those wanting to catch a glimpse of the partial lunar eclipse. It should start at 10:47 p.m. And that's all for today's weather. This is Jade Stephen from Philippine News.
Showbiz report.
DepEd apologized for teachers if they post body shaming in Juluxin. The Department of Education apologized to the statement issued on Friday for a Facebook post showing part of a physical education module that body shamed actress in Juluxin by calling her an obese person. According to the Bandera report, the teachers belong to the Abra de Ilog National High School in Mindoro. This office had already communicated with the concerned teachers and gathered facts from him. Rest assured that this matter will be given serious attention. Meanwhile, we appeal to the public to spare him from any ad hominem attacks, as these single mistakes will not define him as a person. This is Melson Contrillion reported.
Let's hear from Daniela for another showbiz report.
Jericho Rosales and his wife Kim Jones helped rescue residents trapped in homes in Marikina City Thursday, November 10, 2020 using surfboards. Marikina City is one of the hardest places in Luzon due to rain caused by Typhoon Ulysses. Several residents in Marikina were trapped in their homes as the result of rising waters in the area. This is not the first time Jericho rescued trapped residents during typhoon. He did the same thing when Storm Ondoy slammed in Metropolis in 2009.
Sports news.
This is again Jade Stephen for Sports Report. The Angeles University Foundation Sports and Cultural Center will be a busy arena from February 17 to 22, 2021, as FIBA will host two FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers. Groups there are part of the February bubble window. Gilas Pilipinas men, the host squad, will be playing thrice in a Group A play. Gilas Pilipinas men will take on South Korea in a rescheduling of their postponed November window game on February 18. Gilas men will then face Indonesia on February 20 before battling South Korea anew on February 22. South Korea was spared of any sanction from FIBA for begging off from competing in the November window in Manama, Bahrain, but the team will have to play 4 matches in 5 nights. Sandwiched in between the two games against Gilas men are South Korea's games against Indonesia on February 19 and Thailand on February 20, with only February 21 as its day off. Indonesia and Thailand will face off on February 22 as well. Meanwhile, Guam and Hong Kong will be the busiest team in Angeles, as they will play 5 matches each within the entire bubble period. In what would essentially be only the second window in Group C play, Both the aforementioned teams will first face off on February 17 in a rescheduling of their postponed first window matchup. Australia and New Zealand will then swing into action the following day, battling Guam and Hong Kong respectively. Hong Kong and Guam will face off again on February 19, while Australia and New Zealand will duke it out on the same day. The official third window games for Group C would take place after the team's day off on February 20. New Zealand will battle Guam and Australia will take on Hong Kong on February 21, while the rematches of the February 18th pairings will happen on February 22. The tip-off times for all the games will be announced at a later date. This is Jade Stephen from Philippine News. Back to you, Melanie.
And that's all for today's Time Sizzling News.
We do not just secure the freedom, we defend what people deserve.
You can contact us through this number, 0912-3456-789, and share your feedback and make us aware of the hot news you have.
You have just heard the latest news around the Philippines.
Again, this is the Philippine News. News with no bias. News with no exception. And delivering nothing but the truth.
This has been Angelo Nieva
And Melanie Carl Ann Salazar, bringing you the latest news in the Philippines. Thank you for being with us. Have a great day.